Hi everybody. Okay, the reason my title is all in caps is because I'm excited. Because finally they're doing another storyline where everybody's coming up to like their A1. Everybody's aces today, so I gotta give props all around. And the reason Laneya Grace gets my hashtag is okay. First of all, I am well aware that I give Laneya Grace a lot of love. But it's because of the writing, I believe. Because today was an example of when you give her good writing, she can come up to wherever you want her to go. Okay? So that goes to say that the writing has been subpar for Electra's character. Okay? Just is. Okay, because they finally gave her some chutzpah. I've been waiting for them to give this chick some chutzpah. Okay, and I'm like, just tell her the business. Tell her like, uh, okay. So then Ashley Brewer, I've been saying this for a while now. I knew she was going to go on maternity leave at some point. I just didn't know when. Well, apparently it starts today into tomorrow and like next week for I don't know how long because of Ivy's actions surrounding Electra and Will and taking Electra's letter. Then the action of Ridge and Brooke was to soft fire Ivy from Forrester. And the way she said is, okay, I'll leave. So I'm like, okay, that's her exit. I was like, oh, so that's what they're doing for the exit. Okay, because I knew that they had to have some kind of like plan, but I didn't know what they were going to do. And I was like, oh, that's how, oh, okay, cool. And then she says, yeah, I'll leave, but I'll be back. And so I'm like, okay, she's coming back. Which, yay, great. Okay, Ashley Brewer, love her. All right, now round the bend as I do. Um, so Crew Morrow and Laneya Grace were great today because they had to play the couple that wants to be together, but then somebody kept them apart. But the best part is they actually called each other on their stuff and they said, well, you kissed RJ to Electra. And then, well, you kissed Dylan. We still have to deal with that. Okay, so yay! Finally, there may be some tension in this relationship because I've said this ad nauseum. I know I have. Okay, in real life, REAL life, you want somebody who is calm, even present. Okay, on a soap opera, that is boring to watch. It just is. Okay. So they needed some kick. Um, all right. And I know what I said in the video yesterday, but this does not apply to what I'm going to say today. Okay? It applies most of the time, but not in this case because I'm just rounding the bend. We got to see Heather Tom and Don Diamond together today. Woohoo! Okay, now these are my people. Don Diamond gives it every day. And Heather Tom, let's not even talk about Heather Tom. You know how much I love her. She can do anything. She can cry, she can laugh, she can get pissed off, she can do it all. And still look hot. So, okay, what they were talking about is Will and China Ridge, which, okay, now I'm kind of making a dictionary for myself of the terminology they use and then the terms I use. Okay, so Bill calls Ridge the dressmaker, and it's supposed to be an insult. Okay, So he's like, I don't like the fact that Will, our son, is with the dressmaker. And Katie says, okay, but he's trying to forge his own path and, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I know, but I just don't want him to have, I don't want him over there giving knitting needles to the dressmaker. I'm like, oh, burn. I was like, burn, that's a. And it made me laugh. Like, for a good like couple of minutes. I was laughing because I was like, oh wow. They're great. Okay. So then Katie says, well, I just want our son to be happy. And I don't want the reason I don't want Will to work with us is because I don't want to see you two get torn apart because of or hold on. She said, I don't want you to be torn apart because of Ridge. And he said, don't worry, I'm not going to let him, whatever. I was like, yes. So, yeah. Score one for Don Diamont and Heather Tom. Um, oh, but like I said, they bring it every day. Every day. And they're just like, I can't even explain it. They're like, well, yeah, top tier, but like they've been doing it so long that it's like breathing. And it's awesome to watch. Because like I said in the last video, it's like a good volleyball match. It's like ding, 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 ding. Yes. Okay. So then RJ, I'm afraid RJ is gonna get hurt. And I kind of feel bad for Brian Nicoletti because Brian Nicoletti is so innocent and sweet and all the things. And, he's going to get his poor heart broken because, Electra's going to choose Will unless they do a switcheroo, which I'm all for the switcheroo because, I'm Team Mill over here. No shade to Electra at all. I don't see them as a couple. I never did. Sorry. But yeah. So for Team Mill to happen, we has to break up. That's the way it has to go. And if it doesn't, okay. Or maybe, oh my God, I just gave myself another angle. Okay. Okay. I'm thinking here. Okay. So they have to break up, right? But then maybe it's gonna be like Will and Electra can't deal with what each other did to the other one. Like Will can't deal with Electra that she kissed RJ, and she can't deal with he kissed Melissa, right? So then that breaks them up. So then that leaves the door open for Melissa and Will to get together. Or they could do the other thing, which they've done before, kind of. I've seen it where, um, my foot is kind of behaving today, but a little bit of. Okay, so okay, they could do the thing where they have the couple, like say we is still together, right? But then in the back of the mind, Will is thinking about Melissa, and Melissa's thinking about Will, like and they do the scenes and stuff, and then it turns out that Will has been pining for Melissa the whole time, and Electra doesn't know. And Electra finds out later on, like way later on, that he's been thinking about her instead of like Melissa instead of her. And then it could be this whole kaboom. They could go that way. I just gave you two ways to do it. FYI. All right. Bye, guys.